Right now, every cell in my body is trying to tell my brain that I'm going to die and I need to get out of this ice bath. And my brain is telling every cell in my body, this is what cold feels like. Viktor Frankl wrote a book called Man's Search for Meaning. And he drew on his experiences in the Nazi death camps. He said, what he discovered is that people can suffer almost any physical, psychological deprivation when they have a reason why. And that's a radical idea, except that you have to respect his experience. It comes in conflict with other dominant schools of psychological thought. And it's difficult to reconcile these conflicts until you stumble upon Abraham Maslow. We're taught from Freud that people are motivated by their base hedonic instincts. It's Freud's pleasure principle. It's food and sex and shelter and safety that drive us, according to Freud. And Maslow places that at the bottom of his hierarchy of human motivations. But a little higher up are relationships and a sense of belonging in Maslow's hierarchy. So who shows up there but Adler? Adler is another famous Viennese psychologist. He says all psychological problems are interpersonal problems. It's not about the pleasure principle, it's about the power principle. That we are motivated by our desire to control other people's behavior. And you can see how both Freud and Adler have a point. Frankl sort of wipes that clean, and he says, what we're really looking for are meaningful lives. And meaning is constructed. Meaning is something that you invent for yourself with the people around you. Meaning is invented in conversation. Meaning exists in the abstract, in the imagination. Some people are saying, he's crazy getting into that ice bath. He's torturing himself. He must have some kind of a psychological disorder. But that's not what it means to me. What it means to me is I'm caring for myself. I'm challenging myself. I'm making myself metabolically and psychologically stronger. The story you tell yourself is more important than the experience that you have. So we have these three great Viennese psychologists, Freud about the pleasure, and Adler about the power, and Frankl about the meaning, and they're all right. Sometimes we're motivated by the hedonic. Sometimes we're motivated by the need to control our relationships and even our loved ones. And sometimes we serve a higher calling. We're looking for a greater purpose in our lives, a mission. Daniel Pink wrote about human motivation too. He said that once the basic needs are taken care of, salary, basic pay, and you move on to more creative work, people are seeking three things. Autonomy, that would be freedom from control of others. There's Adler. Mastery, now we're getting closer, further up the pyramid towards self-actualization, the idea that they have some expertise. And meaning, at the very top where Frankl resides. So when we integrate these three great psychologists in the way that Maslow suggests, it's not that the needs at the bottom have to be satisfied first. I'm in pain. But we're willing to give up some of the safety, some of the comfort. We're even willing to give up some of the relationships, some of the people who we wish would care for us, when it is in the service of some higher principle. When you go into the ice, keep in mind your motivation, because it's not at the bottom. You're moving up to the top.